Are you ready to record your first ever cover or original track but don't know how to record your own vocals? Hi, I'm Norma, singer, songwriter, and professional recorder at home. Not really, but I try my best. And I'm here to tell you how I record my vocals in FL Studio. So let's go! First things first, you'll want to add your mic by going into Options, Audio Settings, Device, and selecting your microphone. Then we're going to set up for recording by either right-clicking the track and assigning it to a channel this way, or you can go into the channel rack by clicking this button here, right-clicking on the insert, and clicking Assign to New Audio Tracks, and it will assign one for you. After that, we're going to go into here, right-click Insert, and click Rename Color and Icon. So for me, I'm going to do 2 lead tracks, a couple of doubles, some backing vocals where I'll put my harmonies and things like that, and I'll have it all looking just like this. Honestly, you're better off having more channels than less, just in case. You'll never know what you'll need. Now you might be wondering, Norma, why do you have 2 lead tracks? Well, you want to make sure that everything you record is a single mono track only and nothing is overlapping. Otherwise, when you go to send it to your mixer, they won't be able to mix all your vocals perfectly because parts of them will be joined together. And that just makes for a weird mix. Finally, down here I'm going to make my recording track. I need this to be way away from where I'm going to put the tracks eventually, because when I record, it's going to add a new layer every single time I make a new recording. And there's going to be lots and lots of new channels made just for this little tiny thing. I know it's a lot and it looks complicated, but don't worry, it's really not. And once you get used to this, you'll be speeding through this in no time. A big tip while you're recording is to don't forget to turn down the instrumental track right here. Remember, your headphones will pick up sound, and sometimes those headphones, if they're too loud, will bleed back into the track. So once you've assigned your instrumental to a track, you're going to turn it down and bring it up only as much as you need it to be heard. Now we've got the space to record, we're going to get our microphone into the track by clicking this little button here and selecting your microphone from the drop-down list below. Remember, always record in mono. Always record in mono. If you're having issues recording, don't worry. Once you've armed your track with your microphone, click the recording button here, then click the record button here. If it doesn't work the first time, don't panic. Just click this little channel icon here, click on the channel that you're recording into one more time, and then record again, and it will work. This up here is the metronome button. You must use the metronome while you are recording. It will make your timer and your tuner and all of your mixers' jobs a hell of a lot easier. So, to use this metronome tool, it's very simple. All you have to do is find out the BPM of the song, that's the beats per minute of the song. If you're doing a cover, you can go onto tunebat.com. Otherwise, you can always check with your producer, or you can drag it into a system like TuneBat to find out on their website exactly what you're working with. Then what you want to do is take this little icon here, this little arrow, and drag it up or down depending on the BPM of your song. Now you've done that and you've got it synced up perfectly, you're going to click this little metronome button here to turn off and on the metronome, and it should sound like this. I know the clicking can get a little annoying, but trust me, you're going to want to use this. Otherwise, you're going to be singing way out of time, and whoever's timing your track is going to charge you a lot of money to fix that. When I'm recording my audio, I'm also going to make sure to turn this little button here off. The reason I turn that off is because otherwise I'm going to hear double of myself. So what that means is right now I can hear myself in FL Studio and in my headphones from my audio interface or my mixer. So when I turn this off, I can't hear myself. If you leave it on when you're recording, you can still do it. It's just the delay is going to be so off-putting that you'll probably make a lot of mistakes. So it's best you keep this turned off while you are recording. When you're ready to edit your audio, you can turn it back on. But while you're recording, please turn it off. So what you want to do is start breaking down your song into lines or pieces that you want to record. Do not sing the entire thing. Otherwise, you're more likely to make mistakes. If you're having trouble with a line, don't panic. Just record it piece by piece by piece and then cobble it together later on. Now what you want to do is comp your tracks. Comping is when you take all of your raw vocals that you've recorded, pick out the best parts of what you've sung, and then add them together into one vocal track. You can do that right here by doing this. Cutting it with this little cutting tool, dragging it into the channel you want it to be, and voila! You'll want to repeat this process over and over again with your leads, your doubles, your backing vocals, harmonies, ad-libs, and any other little spicy pieces you want to add to your track. Remember, layering is your friend. What I can also go do is right now, I don't want any breaths in my doubles or my harmonies because I already have breaths in my lead vocal line. I don't need a chorus of throughout. So I can take all the breaths out by just cutting all those pieces and then fading it out. You don't have to do this, but if you have the time and the patience, you can go through and you can line everything up perfectly. Some mixers will like you doing this, some mixers will not like you doing this, some mixers want to play with this themselves, but this is like the cancel that. This is the quote-unquote professional way of doing it from what I was told. Before I go to export the tracks, I should also clean up all of my spare recordings by just clicking, but you don't have to. It's always good to keep more tracks than you think you'll need. Now you're ready to send your track to a mixer. But wait, how do you export this? Don't panic. Here's how. Click on the file button, export, and then scroll down all the way where it says all playlist tracks. Remember, playlist tracks, not playlist groups. Playlist groups will group your tracks together, and we don't want that. Also, when you're exporting, make sure to start from song start, because that way it will be timed beautifully for your mixer, ready to go. Just like how you timed it in the timeline here in FL Studio. And so that is the very bare bones basics on how to use FL Studio for recording your vocals. So go out there, record your songs, and get going. I can't wait to hear what you make.